The North Saxon girls basketball team is representing Torrance well with a 24-3 overall record. They are ranked 68 in the state by Max Preps and still maintain the top 10 ranking in their division. Let's take a short and sweet look at their playoff win against a tall Newport Harbor. We start well in the first quarter. Nice shot here by senior guard Kayla Shimasaki for three, brings a score of 15-5. Brittany Hale on this next play will pass to, check that inside reverse layup by Jocelyn Barnes. Next play, actually it's pretty much all good defense here by the Lady Saxons. Kelly Kika, playmaker, will hit a three. She gets 4 in this game. She tells us about how she feels.
My main goal is to just get a CIF ring, to be honest with you. And so every time I look at the score and we're losing, I always just think, like, we need a win. So I push myself, and in turn, I push my teammates to just try our best, and hopefully the outcome is what we want.
All the Lady Saxons contributed, including bringing up some JV players. Nice job, ladies.
It's a good feeling because you know that your teammates have your back, and you don't have to have all that pressure on just you.
North girls easily handling their first two playoff opponents. Kelly Kika and Ashley Ellis leading the way for the Lady Saxons in game 1. And Kika leading the way again for the Saxons in round 2 with 17 points and 4 steals. Jocelyn Barnes and Megan Padilla each with double-doubles in the 62-33 victory over Beckman. Co-Pioneer League title holders, the South Spartans go into the postseason with one focus, and that's to win it all. Being in a different division than the Saxons for the playoffs might make a difference, but it's competitive no less. Michael French brings us the 2 playoff games that they played at home.
Kelsey Sampson hosted her weekly block party. This time, Taylor Ignoto and the Westlake Warriors were invited. Opening round of the CIF playoffs, Michelle Sue uses the okey-doke move to get the layup. The score is 8-2 Spartans in the first quarter. And how about your center hitting the pull-up jumper off the glass? And when you do that, you don't need to run down the floor. But the play of the game probably belonged to Ignoto of the Westlake Warriors. She crosses over after the steal, gets the harm and the foul. In the fourth, Kelsey Sampson gets hit in the eye. Kelsey, what happened?
I went up for the shot, and the girl just kind of just closed out, and as soon as she put her hands down, it just scratched me right in the eye. But I went right back in. I mean, it'll be fine. Just a little scratch.
Yeah, you gonna buy yourself some goggles?
Nah, I'm tougher than that.
And folks, she was tougher than that. She takes the beautiful pass from Palacio, gets the harm and the foul. She goes to the line, had 19 points, and the Spartans win 39-30. Coach Caparoso talked about the win.
Pleased with our defense. I think our offense could improve a little bit, but overall I'm pretty happy with the win.
The Pioneer League champions started off a little bit slow, but Coach Mike Caparoso said they were able to overcome the playoff jitters, but the key to winning their next playoff game is going to be, are they able to improve offensively? He said they need to make their jumpers and play better against zone defense. If they can do that, he feels that they can win their next game. Coach Caparoso talked about his team needing to play better offensively. They would have their struggles against a tough Rio Mesa team. Kelsey Sampson knocks down the jumper there. Score is 2-all, and Tori Caparoso knocks down the 3 later in the first. That made it 5-3 Spartans. Now the Spartans of Rio Mesa got a big game from Danny Hernandez. She hits the 3 there, would get fouled and make the free throw. The Rio Mesa Spartans lead 7-5. And I'm sure everybody wants to know, did Kelsey have a block party? And she did, but she would get into foul trouble in the first quarter. Picked up 3 early in the first, but at the end of the first it was 14-all. Late second quarter, Julissa Devad from the parking lot knocks down the 3. That made it 19-17 Rio Mesa. End of the second quarter, after the free throw, 8 seconds left, it was 32-25. Michelle Sue drives the length of the court, hesitates, goes between 4 defenders, and knocks down the layup at the buzzer. That made it 32-27. Spartans trailing the Spartans of Rio Mesa at the half. All right, we move to the third quarter. Kelsey Sampson from the baseline knocks down the jumper. That made it 34-29. Spartans trailing Rio Mesa. And another hesitation dribble. This time gets it to go off the glass. Would not get the foul. But at the end of the third, it was 45-33. Spartans trailing. It would be just too much. Danny Hernandez knocks down a 3 from the baseline. She hit 6 of them. Next play, she knocks it down again. That made it 53-39, and the Rio Mesa Spartans end up winning 47-63. After the game, Coach Caparasso talked about the tough loss.
The reality is we can't have a sense of urgency when there's 6 minutes left in a basketball game. We should have a sense of urgency for the fact that it's playoffs. So that's the bottom line.
Right.
I will miss this senior group. I mean, I've known a lot of these kids for a long time. My daughter's in this class, so she's actually been classmates with a lot of these girls for a long time. So it's kind of funny. In my office, I have pictures of some of these kids when they are 11 years old, so it's kind of an interesting class. So I'll miss that. But the youngsters, there's a lot of energy from our young class. Jean's only a sophomore. Kylie Maeda's only a sophomore. Kristen Leach is a sophomore. So we got some good young players in the program.
All right, thanks a lot. So the South Spartans lose 47-63 in the second round of the CIF playoffs. They finished the season 21-9 in the 2009-2010 Pioneer League champions. But the story of this game was Kelsey Sampson getting into foul trouble early. She had 3 in the first quarter, fouled out in the fourth, and was not able to be a factor. Michelle Sue, a senior, led the way for the Spartans with 14 points. Tori Caparasso, another senior, had 11. They were the only 2 in double digits. And for the Rio Mesa Spartans, Danny Hernandez was the big story. She had 6 threes for 22 points. They go on in the quarterfinals of the CIF playoffs. They face Woodbridge. And for the Spartans, they're looking back on this year with fond memories and looking forward to next year. For the Sports Desk, this is Michael French.
Thanks, Mike. The South Spartans were led by Sampson, Caparasso, and Sue. Sampson had 19 points and 10 boards. Can't forget about Jean Dulé in the first or second game, and she's going to be bringing a lot more in the coming seasons, that's for sure. A quick look at the Tartars' try in the first round, and they do big with big help from Sarah Kalafi's 13 points, and even better by Faith Matsua's 15 points. Wes was at the at-large team from the Bay League and surprised a lot of people with the great win over Wilson. Erin O'Malley hit the game-winner jumper with seconds left for the win. In the second round, though, it was a tough loss to just a better Santa Margarita team. The Lady Knights showed up big in the first round with a win over Lompoc. They traveled to a close Pioneer League team, El Segundo winning easily. Chelsea Aaron filled it up with 15 points, and Devin Berkshire added it with 11 in the second round win. That's it for the girls. Don't forget that the Lady Knights and the Lady Saxons are still in the hunt for a CIF ring. One of the Torrance football teams got a new coach that hails from a professional football arena league. Interested? Well, stick around. Keenan Singleton joins me in studio to tell us more.